and I believe we are live. Let me confirm this quickly, because we've had an unlucky streak recently. Very sorry about that. All right, it looks like we are live from the Max Stern Athletic Center. And I know it's been around 20 seconds with no speaking, but I will say that the past 2 games we've streamed, we've had a bit of an unlucky streak of thinking we were live for a good some odd 10 minutes and not being live at all. So glad to say we are live from the Max Stern Athletic Center. I am Solly Truhaft. I will be announcing today's game, my apologies, with Donnie Cohn, who currently is working on getting our starting lineups. So we got a good one here in store for you. Doubleheader, the MTA Lions versus the Hillel Heat. So it's been a little bit since Lions Live has been on a game. We want to apologize for that. Throughout YU finals, throughout many different things. It's been a little tough, but we're here for the long haul. Every game for the rest of the season, we will be there. So I would normally say our starting lineup now. I will say, however, we don't know. We're going to be very honest today. We are unsure as of right now. I can say it will be a very, very good game. 2 formidable teams. MTA on a bit of a drier spell. And we will also have a little bit, it looks like, of a delay to the start of the game due to the setup taking a little longer than expected. So Max Stern Athletic Center taking a minute to set up. We will cut to ad. We will be right back. And we will see you for tip-off. So long.
MTA is for anyone, right from the beginning, and just really being able to build bonds and connections really, really quickly.
Each kid has a different background, a different story, a different perspective. Everyone's just different.
It's just a very warm place of growth and opportunity.
So there's no specific kind of student that goes to MTA. There's a sprinkle of everything.
It brings all different communities together, and that is extremely unique about MTA.
So when I walk through the doors every morning, it's kind of just like, wow, this is the same place that my father was when he was my age. And it's kind of like I'm continuing the Masorah of just people who I really look up to, and I'm on the way to becoming just like them.
What gets me excited about coming to MTA is the people.
We are back in the Max Stern Athletic Center. Now Donnie Cohn is joining me. We'll be announcing this game tonight. Donnie, would you like to go YUHSB MTA's starting lineup for tonight?
For YUHSB, we have starting Moshe Lowy, Yair Shemesh, Kiva Sholowitz, Moshe Stein, and Nathan Gotel.
And we got the Hillel Heat starting Joe Mizrahi, Danny Epstein, Steven Citron, Scott Dweck, and Ted Shema. Shema, what a great name. There's so many great things. You make a shot, you could say like Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu. There's a lot to say on that. But I'm going to leave the very dumb things I'm going to say after people make shots to after they make the shots. So if what I say is not funny and I mean it to be funny, please just laugh it up for me anyways. So we got a new side cam today. We got our regular cam. We got a new animation. And we got replays. So it's a big night, big test run for Lions Live. And I would like to thank Donnie Cohn for really joining the team, stepping up, and he will be a big part of the future of Lions Live. So,
Thank you, Solly.
So Donnie, what do you think? Any ideas you have in store for the future of Lions Live?
Hopefully everything will go well next year. We have a new addition next year. hopefully Eitan Isaacs will be joining us.
That sounds lovely. Eitan Isaac's a big part of Lions Live, big part of starting it up. So was a big guy. Actually, I shouldn't say this. You will not figure it out. But a part of the Lions Live password is Donnie Cohn's brother. Because Donnie Cohn's brother is one of the creators of Lions Live, a big part of why we chose Donnie, because we know Donnie has Best of Lions Live at heart. He has a passion for Lions Live. He has a passion for streaming, and he has a passion for sports. But to the game today, we're seeing warming up right now. Lowy, he's dribbling. He's looking ready. He's getting loose. They're stopping a play right now to talk to the guys. And who do you really want us to look at today? Who do you think is going to make a big impact for MTA?
I have a feeling that for MTA, we're going to see a big impact from Gotel and Lowy. That's usually what we see. Usually Gall gets in there sometimes with the three-pointers, but mostly Lowy and Gotel.
And last year, this JV team lost two big pieces. So this JV team, not exactly the best record last year. They had Ruvain Shapiro and Gabriel Joss, a huge part of that roster, big losses, but they're doing bigger and better things in the varsity squad. Not that they weren't doing great things already. So we're on to the varsity game after this game, but now back to this team. What do you think MTA has to do to really pull away the wins? What have they been struggling with as of late, and what can they improve?
So in the paint, there's been some big problems. Their big men have been very, very calm and not aggressive.
You know, this is a very undersized team. It's a good point there. In the starting lineup, I do believe there is nobody over the height of 6'2 or 6'3, if I'm correct. Shemesh is all right. That is.
He's the one and only big man.
He is the one and only big man. Honestly, how tall do you think Shemesh is? Look, use the eyes here. We do not have height information, but I don't think he's above 6'3.
The last thing I heard, I think it was 6'2".
So, okay, the point stands up. Nobody above 6'3". This is a prime Houston, not prime Houston Rockets, but a mid-2000s prime Houston Rockets, where the tallest player was around, I think, 6'6", 6'7". So that team worked. That Houston Rockets team worked. Very sadly, the NBA and Yeshiva League basketball
are not
the same thing. So if they were, this is the ideal world. Sadly, it is not. But that is right. So, Donnie, any other insights on this game? I know offensive and defensive rebounding have been a big problem, but getting defensive rebounds may be the biggest problem. Those easy non-transition points, those easy quick baskets really add up. So what do you think they need to do to stop this? Because they got one big man, and sadly to say, their big man isn't big. He's very skilled. He's a great rebounder when the time arises. But what do you think they need to do as a team to really make sure Shemesh can get?
I think the small men up front really need to get in on their press, because what I've seen from Hillel in past games is they are very, very skilled when it comes to dribbling. They're very, very good at getting the up press. So it is crucial to be able to press them hard so that they can't get the ball down, because we can't rely on our big men.
So the press, you're speaking of a full court press. What kind of press are you talking about?
Probably starting from the inbound, maybe starting from half court. I don't know, whatever the coaches have, cook it up.
So I get it. But I think it would be pretty tough. This looks like a well-conditioned Hillel team. They all look both sides look very athletic, but it may be a little hard to keep up on a full-court press. Yeah. So what I'd say, trying to sit into a nice zone, try to break up some passes, that may be the best concept for this undersized MTA team. But certainly formidable teams on both parts, and we're looking in for some wonderful action today. So this is the second time we've made that mistake. All right, let's see it. So Shemesh will be taking the tip against number 0, Joe Mizrahi. Joe Mizrahi. If I mispronounce names, I'm really sorry, but there are some hard to pronounce names on both sides of the list.
And we're off.
As Epstein wins the tip. Gives that one up to Scott Dweck, number 5.
In the corner to Epstein.
And that one passed inside. Layup, it's good. Mizrahi starts it off.
Taking an early lead.
And there's Lowy to Gotel. Gotel will bring that ball up. Gotel scanning the floor. Looks like a man-to-man we played by Hillel. as that one given to Strulowitz. Strulowitz dribbles, takes a questionable possible travel, and to go tell to Lowy. Lowy
Dribbling.
taking his time. It does look like there's a shot clock, and that ball goes out. So turnover on MTA's part. We'll give the ball back to Hillel, and that one will be given to Citron, number 2. Citron brings that ball up. Lowy taking him from full court. That ball given inside. Shot. It's just off. Great defense there by Shemesh. Yes, by Shemesh. And that one's stolen. Turnover by Lowy. Oh, hate to see that. And they're driving. Fast break situation. Great passes all around. Citron makes that one. And that is 4-0.
That's what MTA really needs to guard up on. Their fast traverse.
Transition points are the game itself. How can MTA rebound? And as they say that, announcers jinx, turnover, MTA, turnover number 3, if I'm keeping track in my head right now. And MTA's really got to slow this game down. 35 seconds on a shot clock, lots of time to work with. They got to slow down the game, play at their own pace. Breaking in the paint. And Epstein, wonderful shot there, and it looks like Hillel will be unstoppable as of now, as our live scoreboard just gets that. All right. Stein
with the ball.
Holding it, surveying. Lowy tries to drive. Lane's clogged. Wide open at the 3. Strolowitz fakes the shot. Midi. Bottom.
Boom.
Wonderful shot. And that breaks the ice for MTA. Ball brought up, looks by Citron. Citron fakes the shot. Wide open. Shot.
For 3.
Bang. Ted Shema. As I gave my joke earlier, I'll save it for later for a bigger shot. But that's 3 points. And it's 9-2. Go tell. Surveying at the top of the key, dribbling around. No help. And that ball's given to Yair Shemesh. Stolen. And almost a wonderful play to keep that ball in bounds. But it's to no avail. And that ball given to Gotel and stolen. Shema. Money. Another one. He is unstoppable. And MTA really has to rebound, get back in this game. So that ball given looks to Strolowitz. Strolowitz shot, contested, fouled.
Strolowitz going on the line.
And apologizing is myself for the clock difficulties. We are back on. It's 5:10. And Strolowitz shooting 2. One is good.
This is what is crucial for MTA. These shots right now is a very, very good way to get them off the ground.
And sometimes you just can't buy a bucket, and that's what it looks like for MTA as of now. It is currently 12-3. Tough game as of early, and their defense really has to tighten up. Epstein, open lane, 3 steps, no good. And same way. And that ball inbounded to Gotel. Gotel may need to look a little more. The passing's been a bit errant for MTA. And same way, but Gotel's not going to love that one. So it's a rough game for MTA as of now. Hillel showing absolute and utter dominance. What can they do to break this ice?
Slowing down. Hillel came out with a fire, and they're not slowing down.
Lowy contested shot. Might not have been the brightest, and that one being taken down by Mizrahi. Mizrahi, very contested pass, gets that off barely as Shema. Up, no good, but gets his own rebound. Love to see that hustle. Ball, Epstein, wide open.
Ooh.
Airballed, and back to Lowy. Lowy, gonna drive and then stop it. Great play by Lowy to slow down the game, as MTA really needs to do, playing quick, errant basketball. You'd rather be slow and have shot clock violations with a couple points than be quick and turn the ball over every play. That is what I say. Not, you can quote me on that. And as Shemesh has the ball inside, shot, no good. Rebounded Dweck. And that ball coming back down by Citron. Citron. Great pass, Mizrahi. They're going to call that one timeout. Hillel. Shot was missed, so great call by the Hillel coaches. And reminds me of the first varsity game of the season. Ephraim Abramov shot a three, good, to take the lead. A timeout was called just before. Sometimes those are killers. Sometimes those save you. But here's my question. Can you ever really blame a coach, whether the shot goes in or not?
No, it's the player when they're on the court. The coaches make the call before, but once the players are on the court, it's all them.
No, because, look, here, I heard lots of backlash. On the stream, I was announcing this game. I said you can't blame the coach on that. The coach called the timeout, wanted to regroup his players. He did not expect Ephraim Abramov to take a beyond NBA deep three and swish it. By all means, Ephraim Abramov's a wonderful player. He's incredible. This MTA team, when they're hot, and they're an incredible basketball team, every single player. But you cannot blame veteran coach, Uchi Sullivan, for that. I feel he's a wonderful coach, very well experienced, and he knew they needed a timeout there. They needed to draw up a play, and I agree with the call. They were down 2. That 3 was unexpected. Might I add, I would not say unwarranted because he made it, but if he would have missed it, many would have called it unwarranted. And you really can't blame the coach there. So we got 3:46 remaining in quarter one. And it looks like Citron is wide open, not going to go. MTA troubles on the rebound.
Wow.
And Shema going to give that one up. Back to Citron. Might have been a travel there. No call. Citron
Epstein wide open.
going to reset. Another 22 seconds left on the shot clock. That one passed to Epstein. Epstein fouled. And we got 3:21 remaining in this first quarter. And that is foul, counted foul number 1.
Out for Egal. Number 5 checking in.
All right. It's going to be Epstein to inbound. Epstein. Oh, that is not Epstein to inbound. That is Citron to inbound to Epstein. Back to Citron. Citron gives that one to Shema. Shema takes 2 steps, stops. Dweck up. No good. Own rebound.
Pass question.
Hit the rim. Citron. Back to Shema. They'll reset. 16 on the shot clock. And up. Mizrahi. Wow. And the thing about 35 seconds on the shot clock, you really have 2 possessions. You got 2 quick possessions to get the ball off, get your shot up. And if you're playing like MTA is now, right as I say it, you really have another offensive rebound. It looks like you get 3 possessions per time down the court. MTA has to tighten up, play more aggressive defense, and really, really focus on the paint. The shots on the outside are manageable enough. The paint is where the bulk of these points are scored. It's Epstein, wide open 3, no good. Proving the point correct. Mizrahi, wide open midi, no good. Epstein, right in the paint, on cue, and that is timeout MTA. So a bit of a rough start for the Lions. 15-3, 2:24 left. We'll go to ad. Back from ad, 2:24. It is 15-3, not 16-3. And the scoreboard will be fixed quickly, but clock is running. All right. So that is 15-3. Hillel, that's a turnover at DA. Shamai travels. And good work by Lowy to force that travel. MTA ball. So MTA probably heard some good stuff from coach in the huddle. Gonna look to try it out. as Strolowitz gives that to Gotel. Gotel to Lowy. Lowy tries driving, no good. Strolowitz wide open, 3, bottoms. Ooh, money from Strolowitz. That's MTA's first 3. It is 15-6. And MTA coach not liking the original play, but a great play by Gotel. What hustle. And timeout MTA. So that's MTA ball. You gotta love the hustle by Gotel there. Beautiful play. Gets on top of the ball. Fights until the end of it. And wow. What do you have to say about that, Donnie?
MJ really came out of that huddle with a fire. They were right back on it. And Gotel was really just proving that they could be in this game, putting themselves in a good place.
You know, they really could. There's something my brother always said. My brother announced a couple games from Lions Live, and the biggest thing he always had to say, Josh Truaft, MTA, I will say MTA legend, he always had to say one thing. He said, you got to play with urgency. I'm going to be honest. I'm a realistic announcer. As of now, MTA does not have the best record in the Yeshiva League. Sometimes you got to play like it's Game 7 of the World Series. You got to put everything on the line. Like, this is a big issue. I'm a big Mets fan. The Mets played their final game of the season. They lost. They would have won. They would have made it over the Reds. They made an awful pitching decision, put in a mid-tier reliever instead of a starter when they could have just put a starter in, had their best pitchers in the game, and they could have won. So this is just a little parable there, just to say you got to play with some urgency. You got to be urgent. Every single play, you got to give it your all. And it looks like these MTA players are just starting to play with a little bit of urgency, as the great Josh Truaft would say. So now we got Platizov giving that ball to Strolowitz. Strolowitz driving, the real point creator for MTA, and Epstein is going to travel. Hillel cannot catch a break as of late, and MTA really reaping the benefits. We got 1:26 left on the clock. Lowy at the wing, back to Platishev. Platishev to Isakov. He can't corral that one in. Back to Lowy, they'll reset. As I said, the 2-possession thing with the long shot clock just works. Lowy back to Platishev. Platishev had a little space, decides not to shoot. Resets again. I'd call that possession 3. Platizov gets that one poked out. And he gets his hands on it, going to try to force it. Forces the jump ball. So a minute left. MTA shot clock reset because of the MTA won the jump ball. So this is possession 4 of a possession. Isakov blocked. And Citron. And it ends to Epstein. Epstein lays it in.
Lowy didn't even try over there. He knew it was done.
So giving up on the game may not be a good idea. But Strolowitz is fouled immensely. And
Epstein with the post-foul block. Wow. No mercy over there.
You know, I will say Epstein did a good thing. And this is a big philosophy I have when I watch basketball. Nobody can quote me to implore that I am saying foul hard. But if you're going to foul, at least don't let them make the shot, as the first shot will go in for MTA, finally buying themselves a bucket, and it's a 10-point game. MTA in a bit of a scoring drought for the past bit.
Strolowitz has been a big help at the line today.
I believe Strolowitz said almost every point as Strolowitz scores once again. Clock ticking down from 44. So we have Citron, been the primary ball handler today, as Aryeh Greenbaum was once called the point guard for MTA for a good bit. As Epstein passes that one in, Dweck loses control. And by the way, Aryeh Greenbaum reference, Aryeh was a wonderful MTA basketball player and a good friend of my brother's and great friend of myself. So I just had to bring him in there. Isakov cuts around. They don't go to him. Lowy at the wing. Decides to drive that one in. That one is stolen. A wonderful steal by Dweck. Dweck going to hold it. Tries errant pass by Dweck. Shot. Not a shot. A great pass to Lowy. Lowy up and in. That is the quarter. That is the half.
No, quarter.
That's the quarter. My apologies. It felt like a very long first quarter.
Great way for MTA to end off the quarter.
And to bring it to a 7-point game, not sure why it felt like it was so long, but that was 1 quarter. Wow.
I feel you over there on the end of the half thing. There were so many timeouts over there. It felt like
Yeah, there were many timeouts. So that is my apologies. I thought I had it wrong in the system, and it was the second. It was not. So now we're going to go into the second quarter. And honestly, I'm seeing some light at the end of this tunnel for MTA right now.
They're only down by 7. It's still a game. MTA can get back in it.
I'm liking this. And you know what I should have been liking? That we have a replay feature, and I have not been using it. So hopefully Donnie Cohn will remind me to use the replay feature, and I will use it. And I will remember
try.
myself. So at the next shot, no matter what team does it, we're going to have a replay saved. And we will display it here for you guys today. That is number 5.
Second time.
It's 5. It's 5.
5?
Yeah, that's the 5th time I've done that. I did that, I think, 3 or 4 times when you were not here.
Oh, wow.
So let's see it. And we have 8 minutes, not 12 minutes. Excuse my incorrectness. But we are at 7:50. And shot. It's good by Smek, who has just checked into the game. Yosef Smek, I hope that's correct. If not, my dearest apologies. Gotel brings that ball up.
Shulowitz has been trying to make a lot of space in this game to get himself some points.
And he has done so, but that's an errant pass. Turnover MTA. And Smek. Just checked in. No good. And bit of an errant shot there. Couldn't get his footing down. And MTA capitalizes with Gotel's rebound. Gotel to Strulowitz. Strulowitz, the point scorer tonight as Stein. Shot. Wide open. No good. That one rebounded by Shekabar, but it's no good. Again, if I pronounce the name wrong, my sincerest and dearest apologies.
MTA really cannot afford to be missing those wide open shots. I mean, when you're in such a heated game with a team that is so much better than you, you really got to get everything you could.
Now, I would not say so much better than them, but I would say in a game where you're down, you cannot afford to miss wide open shots. But much agreed. Smek
Chaim Siskin checked in.
gives that one in. Shot. It's good. That is Warsak or Warshak.
Siskin bringing up the ball.
With
Newly checked in.
Chaim Siskin, a neighbor of mine, checked into the game, as Donnie Cohn so wonderfully said. Gives that ball to Strulowitz, the point scorer. Gotel, wide from the 3. College 3, no good. And I will say, I think some discernment between style and real play by both teams needs to be made, because errant passing by Hillel has been prominent for them. And deep shots that MTA cannot afford, I guess, were just taken, and was taken once or twice besides it throughout the game. And you got to look for the open shot. You got to look for the easy shot when you're MTA down by 11 at this point. I don't know if I agree with such a deep shot by Gotel back there. So we're going to go Strulowitz. He has the ball, given to Stein. Three-pointer at the line.
Ooh.
That one going to go out of bounds.
Stein has had a tough day today. All 3 of his shots not even near going in.
Some days it just doesn't fall, but you can always rebound from that. As that ball brought up, given out to Hakeem. That was Smek, and Smek, 2 points, bottom, some money from him. And errant pass there, Chekabar, and that's a foul. So Hanan is fouled by MTA 1 Chaim Ziskin, and MTA really falling into a tough stretch right now.
MJ had that lock-in out of the locker room, out of the huddle, and they just lost it.
And yes, it looks like it's a bit out. Smek passes that one to Shekabar. Shekabar gonna give it up. Hanan, drive, money, and MTA collapsing. If I was coach tonight, I would call a timeout. Coach, but there may be a reason I am not coach. As Gotel jumps on him, definitely fouls him, no call. And Chekabar dribbles that one back out, resets the play.
That is the hustle we need to see from MTA, though. What Gotel's doing is good. He's really, really doing the dirty work on the court.
Yes, you really got to, as I said, urgency. Foul or not, fouls are part of the game. Sometimes you got to go for it, and that was a great play. Strulowitz, primary scorer tonight, really holding the ball for a bit. Drives, forces a shot, not going to go, as that one is rebounded. It's a fast break. It's going up. Shot. No good, but rebounded, and that one's good from Rishti. Rishti, a great hustle play, heads-up play, one's MTA's got to start making, and that is 27-10 as that one's stolen. What a steal by Smek. Smek goes up. No good. Great hustle by Ziskin, and we are back in the hands Oh,
Lowy checking in.
and they're going to call an MTA timeout here. So we have 4:37 remaining in the second quarter. Things are not exactly looking up for MTA as of now, and work has to be done. My recommendation, Coach, turn on lines live, please. Let me coach this game. Not in all seriousness, wonderful coaches at MTA, wonderful Rebane, wonderful teachers. I'm just saying what I'm saying for a little bit of fun. By the way, do not hire me as a basketball coach. I would be awful. But if Coach wanted my recommendations, here's what I'd say. I would say you gotta kind of give up on that full court press. You gotta give it up. The players are getting tired. When you're pressing full court, even on inbounds, it doesn't work. So Lowy in the beginning of the game, for most of the game, has been playing looks like a little bit of a man on their guard. I believe that was Citron for most of the game, and he was playing up on him as he was coming up. That hasn't worked. It's really separated the defense. It's tired them out, and it just looks like that this team is playing with no urgency. Except, might I say, Gotel is playing out of his mind. I love it.
Interesting move by Hillel coach right now, putting in their 9th grade lineup. All 9th graders on the court right now.
I guess all 9th graders, a resident 9th grader, you would know. And Shemesh is not going to do it. He loses the ball and does not decide to go for the save. As Rishti shot no good. And that one rebounded by the point scorer himself, Strolowitz. And I think the brightest spot you can see tonight is going to be Gotel and Strolowitz. Gotel putting his body on the line, pushing the pace, and Strolowitz scoring the points. But Lowy is seemingly aimlessly dribbling around as Gotel getting pushed around. That one back to Lowy. Lowy driving into traffic.
Stein again. Finally, he gets it to go.
He finds his shot, and MTA is back within 14. So we have Joe Hanan bringing up the ball against Lowy. They're continuing that Lowy press full court. And Lowy's pushed around, illegal screen. You can see that one from 2 miles away, and that one going back to MTA.
Interesting play call right now. Levy signing in for Gotel.
And Gotel is out. I really liked Gotel's hustle. I will say it's wonderful that somebody puts their body on the line in such a way. Strolowitz has the ball. Really the point scorer. 3 points. No good, but what hustle by
Rebound
Strolowitz.
to
To Stein. Found the shot before, not again. And MTA has it, loses it, and we are back to Joe Hanan and the Heat. Rishti, pass that one in. What a play by Lowy. Splendid play. Gets that ball back in bounds, and Lowy gonna go. Drives, 2 steps, fouled. Lowy forcing that foul, getting the ball, keeping it in bounds. Lowy show is now. What a play by Lowy as he'll shoot 2.
MJ is really, really taking account for Gotel coming out. They're having an amazing hustle game right now.
And Lowy, shot 1. It'll be good. These are the shots MTA needs to get themselves back in this game. And it is only a 13-point game. No game is out of reach, especially not this one. And MTA really head in the game. Strolowitz got to keep scoring, and they got to keep getting these foul shot, open shot type situations. As Lowy's shot, it's going to ricochet off. So we are back, Hillel ball, and a little bit of commotion on the floor. Everything seems to be fine. Smek is dribbling around. Looks like Lowy's guarding him very well. As Shekabar has an open lane. Shot. No foul call. Money. What a shot. Wow. You don't see that every day. Heavily contested. Ball stuck in his, I guess in both of his hands. Chugs up a prayer. It goes in. We got Lowy. Called for help. Nobody came. That ball goes back to Strolowitz from Lev. And it goes back to Lowy. Lowy all alone. Nobody coming to help. But we're back in the hands of Strolowitz. Strolowitz passes. An errant pass. Stein gets it off the ricochet. Back to Shemesh. Shemesh fouled. And wow.
Finally, Shemesh getting back into the game with his shots. He was looking very, very out of it out there.
As said before, these are the buckets MTA needs. How important is it that they score these 2 baskets, Donnie?
It is super, super important because these are the shots that are easy to get and easy to go.
And shot one off. Bit of a tough break for MTA there. And let's see what happens on shot 2. As checked into the game is number 5. It says on my sheet, Eagle. So that was Donnie Cohn's handwriting. Egal. Shot missed, and Egal comes into the game with some defensive intensity. Love to see it. So we got Smek really carrying the ball for Hillel currently, and that ball drives. No good. As Chekobar back. Back to 21, Isaac Braha, and that's going to be no good.
Isaac Braha's older brother is an amazing player in the varsity league. Let's see if he has anything to bring for JV.
And they call that on the floor foul. That's what I was confused about, and I was correct. That foul was on the floor, no shots. So ball being inbounded by Smek. Smek gonna go Chekobar. Chekobar was open, gives it to Braha, and back to Smek. No good. But that one rebounded by Shalom. Shalom passes it to nobody, and it's MTA ball. You cannot do that. So, Lowy has the ball, top of the key, holding it, waiting. And I would say take your time. It's a long shot clock. Lowy looking to take his time, call up a play. Great screen there. Lowy does not commit to the drive. Yadalane, Strolwitz at the top of the key. All alone on that. No good. And falls down. And a travel. That is the right call, actually. So very nice call by the ref. He falls down, full possession of the ball. He was standing. That's a travel. Strolowitz will inbound. 52.9 remaining on the clock. Pass to Lev. Lev's open but doesn't shoot. Wide open. Lowy. Not close. And
we need to be hitting those shots.
And Lowy rebounds. Good. You gotta love it. The miss to the make. Lowy showing he wants to win this game. He feels they're still in this game. He is hustling and bustling down the floor. Wonderful to see. That ball. Chekobar. College three. Money. Trying to send MTA packing into this half. Chekobar. It's not Chekobar. Strolowitz. Dribbling. And he's trapped. That's a foul. Clear foul there. And Hillel have to be a little bit relaxed even after that foul call, as they are doubled MTA's points as of right now. Strolowitz will be inbounding. That ball inbounded to Lev, but that is a span of events I could not describe. Let's just call that. It looks like it's going to be MTA ball, and it will be from the same spot. So a bit of an interesting turn of events. It was inbounded to nobody. Lev made a big of a hustle. Levy, bit of a hustle play, and that was called a foul. So Levy's going to shoot two shots that are crucial. Frankly, every shot is crucial if MTA wants to get themselves back in this game. Levy, shot one. Money.
MTA's been doing very, very good from the free throw line this game.
No, Levy did not just score a 3-point as was inputted into the scoreboard. And that no good. Shot clock winding down. We're at 12. We're at 11. And holding for one. That ball in the hands of Braha. Three. Money. Just like brother. Like brother. It was good. And Lowy going to finish that one off with a miss. So we are through one half. MTA needs more urgency, needs more offensive urgency, needs more defensive urgency, and needs to hit those open shots. Hillel dominating on both ends of the floor. Bit of errant passing, but great all in all. What do you see, Donnie?
I see a lot of hustle coming in from both teams, which is really what you need to see in these games in high school. It's a big step up from 8th grade to JV, and MTA really just needs to catch on to that. Their big men are not playing as well as they should be. We've got to see more urgency on the court, as you said, and a lot more hustle.
And in our announcer cam, you can see two MTA alums chatting with Rabbi Pearl. So great Rebbeim, great Talmidim, all MTA alum or MTA Rebbeim, and we also have kids, I guess, warming up for second half. So we'll see you at the second half. MTA down by a large margin. Can they come back? We'll see.
MTA is for anyone, right from the beginning, and just really being able to build bonds and connections really, really quickly.
Each kid has a different background, a different story, a different perspective. Everyone's just different.
It's just a very warm place of growth and opportunity.
So there's no specific kind of student that goes to MTA. There's a sprinkle of everything.
It brings all different communities together, and that is extremely unique about MTA.
So when I walk through the doors every morning, it's kind of just like, wow, this is the same place that my father was when he was my age. And it's kind of like I'm continuing the Masorah of just people who I really look up to, and I'm on the way to becoming just like them.
What gets me excited about coming to MTA is the people in the building. It's the great faculty and Rebbeim that I work with on a daily basis, the incredibly supportive administrators. Most of all, it's the kids.
To me, the MTA community is really more of a global community. No matter where we were, we always saw someone who went to MTA.
They have such a strong legacy of providing academic excellence and Torah excellence.
The fact that Torah is the foundation of the school has certainly stayed the same since I was there.
I've seen them bring home those traits. It had such a tremendous effect on them that's made them stand taller and just take their whole Yiddishkeit to another level.
Share in the morning, it's a family. You spend a nice amount of time in the morning with them. That really allows you to open up and build connections with these other Talmidim.
Every Rebbe kind of has their own style. Some years we're in the base a lot more, some years we're more in the class, some years we're more with the Chavrusa. Last year, Bekias was all in the base with all the YU guys.
Our Rebbeim are always looking out for us. They're always willing to meet with us whenever we need help with something. It feels like a Rebbe-Talmud relationship, something I wasn't expecting.
MTA offers something that no other school can offer.
Each year, an MTA is partnered with a specific YU Rosh Yeshiva along with his Talmidim.
To have that opportunity, to have a role model, someone who's older than them and who's been through the same challenges and the same stages in life, is something that's extraordinary for a young person to be able to experience on a regular basis.
We can schmooze, we get a shear from them, sometimes there's a Q&A, just really incredible.
One of the things that's so special about MTA is our strong connection to Eretz Yisrael. Whether it's being on a mission to give support at a time of need, or having Rebbeim meeting with their former Talmidim in Eretz Yisrael, everybody feels a strong connection.
The way the school is able to kind of blend Torah and secular studies really helps create a very well-rounded person, and we love the way it's been playing out within MTA.
It's all about creating a very clear-cut set of priorities and goals. Everything that we do places an emphasis and a primacy on Talmud Torah, and even the general studies courses is filtered through that very same lens.
To see Hashem's work in everything that you do throughout your day, it takes you to a whole new level. We felt that Natan was going to have the ability to really learn at a very, very high level, and also to get general studies and bring that into his life, and also to see how they go together. Being able to watch him grow in both arenas in terms of the Torah and the Mara really exemplifies what it is that we were hoping that he would get from his time in MTA.
The tracking allows for students to be appropriately challenged but not overwhelmed with the curriculum.
We also are...
All right, I'm here with Ephraim Abramov, varsity starter, star player. How are you tonight?
Doing good, thank God. We just had our lunch. Thank God we're ready.
Great to hear you're ready. All right, so I will say the most emphatic win of the season last year. The best game, honestly, the best Yeshiva League game I've ever watched in my life.
Mhm.
I will say you played amazing that game. That was your game against Hillel in Deal. Big victory. How was that, and how do you feel you can build on that to tonight?
Yeah, we were at the Memphis tournament, and we had no idea who Hillel was coming in, meaning who their players were, and they completely destroyed us. Eli had like their best player had 25 points. So coming into their home court, we thought, we just had we game planned on that loss against them. We have to, take care and play good defense on their best player, and then everyone else will live off them shooting. And that's what we did, and we were able to win the game and keep their best player under 10 points, and win the game at the end.
And that's great to hear. So you guys have had a solid record this year. You're looking at a possible home playoff game. What do you guys think you need to improve on to really wrap that up and bring yourself into the playoffs with good momentum?
Yeah, we need to first finish off games. We're usually up, let's say, around 8-9 points at the end of games, and we just we gas off because we don't have a deep bench or whatever. So we play until the end, and we get gas at the end, and we let them climb back a little bit. But we just gotta fix that and just fix our offensive movement. Our defense is fine. Just get the rebound and go push, and just have movement on offense and not take the first open shot. Just get the best shot possible every possession.
Oh, that's great to hear. Good luck tonight.
Thank you so much.
You all got it. All right, we heard it from Ephraim Abramoff first. The Lions are ready and the Lions are hungry, and they will look to win tonight in the varsity game. So without further ado, we're 35 seconds to starting up, and I'll be back with you in one quick second. All right, our Lions are back and ready for the next half. And our scoreboard a little delay, but we will get right back to it. And stoppage called. We have 7:51 remaining. And Strulowitz will inbound. Strulowitz to Lowy. They are looking to get back in this game, a large margin deficit, but can they get back? Show a little momentum? No. Citron. That one to Epstein. Epstein, they'll regroup, but three-pointer. No good, just off, rebounded by Hillel. Great play, up, Epstein. Again, no good, Epstein rebounds again, and no call foul, and they'll call it a jump ball. So, a definite foul, called the jump ball. That's all right. Here with Donnie Cohn. And Donnie, how do you feel about that play? That was a bit of errant rebounding by MTA.
I mean, it's good that we're getting onto the rebounds. It's really good. But we still just got to work a lot harder because they're bigger and they're really putting in more effort.
And I couldn't have said it better myself as MTA gets the ball on the Hillel turnover. They're going to have to force a lot of those tonight to stay in this game. Lowy has the ball, dribbling top of the key. That one given off to Harbor, as Mizrahi is going to drop in a quick two to make it 37-17, cement a 20-point lead. So not the greatest play for MTA, but I did remember to start a replay. So MTA now has replays. All right, Epstein has the ball. Open shot over somebody. What a splendid shot, and that is saved for the replay. Wonderful. All right, this is a bit of a test game. Lowy bringing that ball up. He has Gotel open. He has Strolowitz open. He holds it. Really believing in himself right now. Lowy trying to set up a play. He's got time on the shot clock, a good 17 seconds. That ball given to Stein. Stein open, decides not to. Gives it to the main scorer. Strolowitz heavily guarded to Stein, and back to Gotel. Gotel, bit of a lane, up, it's good. That's going the other way. So Gotel thought he got a nifty and one. He is sadly mistaken, and it's going the other way. So a tough break there. And as at the top of the key, Epstein has the ball. Being guarded by, I'm going to need help with pronouncing that name, but
Elchanan Lorber.
Elchanan Lorber as blocked by Dweck. A blocked by James type moment as Dweck sends that one into what would be the stands if it were not the pads. And Lowy gets that ball on a bit of an errant inbound. Lowy takes a shot, fully guarded, fully blocked, same way.
Lowy is not looking happy out there.
Not exactly happy about that. Strolowitz will inbound it back to Lowy. Lowy has Gotel wide open at the three. More, you couldn't be more. And now Lowy is guarded. Lowy travels, and that's a foul. An SGA type foul. I am a Thunder fan, so I love SGA, but it was an SGA type foul. Look a bit drawn, and Gotel will shoot two. So I'm pretty proud of this. If I could quickly show a replay. MTA now has replays. Of a very nice shot. Has the ball. Open shot over somebody. Ooh, look at that beautiful shot by Hillel, as shot one will go in. So the first replay in MTA history, and Hillel has, I believe, 40. The scoreboard says 39. I still believe I'm right, but the scoreboard has not been updated. And one.
Epstein
will make it 41.
Transition over there.
MTA.
Crucial.
That is crucial, and it's 41-19 with 5:36 left. If you see my confusion, I am doing the stats and the announcing at the same time. It's a little confusing. My dearest apologies. All right. Epstein shot one up. No good, and that's one of one. Missed for the day. Now Strolowitz will bring it up. Strolowitz surveying the floor at the top of the key. Going to go to Gotel. Gotel has been open to three, not shown much love, but that an errant pass and a great play to keep it in bounds, but it'll stay MTA ball. It'll stay MTA ball. Gotel to Lowy. Lowy shot, errant shot, great rebound. Lorber, bang.
First point of Elchanan Lorber's MTA career. That is one way to do it.
It's a great way to do it. Love to see that hustle. And it's MTA ball after that great defensive possession. 21-41. And Strolowitz has the ball. He's guarded by Zero Mizrahi. Mizrahi, a great play. Off of Strolowitz to shoot a Stein. Back to Strolowitz. Out of bounds. Same way. 4:40. It's 21-41. MTA down 20, no longer double the points, but things are not exactly looking up. So MTA is going to have to do a lot to get back in this, as an errant inbound goes right to number one Donnie Epstein as that goes out of bounds, and it will stay Hillel ball. Dweck doing a real mitzvah, getting the ball out of the stands as that one is inbounded but to Citron. Citron. Oh, separation from Lowy, a great play. Citron would have been a highlight play as that's rebounded by Lowy. Lowy, Strolowitz, money.
That is a transition that MTA has been needing to get all game long.
Cross-court pass, beautiful, great shot by MTA there as Mizrahi, great shot, just off. Gotel, good rebound there. And they're going to need Gotel and Lowy to cook something up. Gotel, no tunnel vision there. Gives that ball to Isakov. Isakov to back to Gotel. Gotel fouled. And that one on Steven Citron.
I don't know if you guys saw before. There was an extra ball that went onto the court.
You know, sadly, this is not NBA basketball. Stuff like that does happen, but this is competitive ball. A Strolowitz shot. That one no good, all air. And it's going the other way. Given Mizrahi a beautiful pass, and that's a highlight play. Wow.
That is how you need to do it these days.
2 points. It is 23-43, and Hillel pulling out the tricks from the magic hat.
Like brother, like brother.
It was a terrible saying by me. I will say, thank you for quoting it. It was a really bad saying, but his brother is very good at basketball. As Lowy is fouled. I remember Braha was the thing keeping me on my toes for, I will say, one of the best games in Josh Truhaft and Jake Yabenheim's careers.
Shout out to the varsity coach for scouting out this game. If only he could give some tips.
I wouldn't say that. I'd say the coaching is being done very adequately, very well. Sometimes you win some and sometimes you lose some. But shot 2, up, no good. And Lowy not going to have it fall.
Up the ball, which is very interesting. He is their big man after all.
And Citron back to Mizrahi. Mizrahi playing very well today. Could said it right. As he surveys, he's in there for 2.5 seconds, just avoids the 3 second. To Citron, shot, open, bottoms. And there is silence in the Max Stern Athletic Center. And it is not the silent basketball game like there is from that one college. I know which college it is. Very cool. They sing some songs, and they don't talk for the entire first half. It's very fun to watch. As Lowy shoots, just off. Isakov rebounded. Great rebound. To Gotel, no good. Back to Gotel, to Lowy. Face to 3. Lowy, bit of tunnel vision there. And three-pointer. Scholowitz, money. That has been the game tonight.
That was amazing ball movement by MTA. That's what we need to be seeing.
Mizrahi defended on greatly. Foul. 2 shots. Coming right your way. Donnie, it's been a tough one tonight. What do you think MTA can do to really rebound, go into next game with a clear mind, or even try to finish this one off?
I think this check-in that's coming in right now with Angle number 45 is going to be a big one. He is one of their big men, and he is going to bring a big, big hustle.
And that's my apologies for thinking that was 2 shots. It was, in fact, not 2 shots. So Platashev will bring that one up to Strolowitz. Strolowitz has the ball, takes the shot. That he is fouled. So I'm going to save the replay there, mainly because I'm not 100% sure. We'll look at it together. This is the replay, bring that one up to Strolowitz. Was that a foul or was that all ball? Takes the shot. Looked to me like all ball. But we will see him shoot 2.
Liron Pazilov with the foul.
Ooh. See, Lions live. We never had the names of the other teams. We're missing, this is the new era. We got replays. We got all this. Looks like we're calling a great game tonight as free throw 2 made. Timeout, the Marcia Stern Talmudical Academy. To Citron, and the clock is winding from 2:08. Citron gives that one up. Mizrahi wide open. No one within the mile. It is 28-47. So, we're good. Thank you. I appreciate it. So, we're going to have a fast break. Same thing. Deja vu, but this time with Epstein. It is 28-49. And MTA looking to struggle out there immensely as we have a stoppage of some sort. Unsure what it is.
Second time that the ball has been on the court.
So complications with one of the varsity guys. One of the culprits are either Gavi Engel, Yosef Rosenberg, Gavi Samuels, or Ethan Vaisman, the 4 guys there. Somebody got a ball on the court by accident. So if that's an indicator of how the varsity game's going to go, let's hope it doesn't go that way. Strolowitz is fouled. No call. Same way. Very interesting there by the refs. But then again, I'm not a ref for a reason. So you can't say, I can't really say much. Gotel in heavy defense, and it's going the other way. So not looking to spread the love was Gotel, and he pays for it. Clock is coming down from 122. Being brought up by Citron. Citron drives, shot, no good. No good again by Mizrahi, and that one rebounded by Strolowitz. So a very nice defensive possession by MTA. Even stopping the putback that came back there. And now it's Platishev who's going to drive. Shot. Looked to be good, just out. And Platishev, great defense, but that one same way. Wow. Great discernment by Strolowitz to not grab the ball. I'm mispronouncing Pazilov's name, but that's all right. I've mispronounced names all night. And Mizrahi.
All day.
Relentless. Does not look to end. The suffering does not seem to end. MTA needs to find the light at the end of the tunnel. Strolowitz chucks up. I wouldn't even call it a prayer. I would call it a miracle. And it does not go in. As that one well defended on Epstein. And Paladishev, do not correct me on his name, please. I'm going to get it wrong every time. And that's a slow break there as 2 points come easily for Danny Epstein.
Epstein almost cherry picking over there. He didn't even move. He knew he was coming back.
So Hillel on pace for 100 points. This may be the first 100-point game in Yeshiva League history. However, MTA, they are not on pace for 100 points. It is still the third quarter, not the second half. I am confusing my quarters and halves, but that happens sometimes. So the end of the third, MTA not looking their best. That is the way to say it, as we'll go to the announcer cam with myself and Johnny Cohen.
They're really putting up a great fight against Hillel. A better fight than I thought I would see, but it's probably out of reach.
I do see a lack of a couple things. So on offense, off-ball screens, and the thing I call tunnel vision. It looks like Lowy is taking turns with Gotel, just looking to drive, just looking to push the ball, not really looking to pass that much, not looking to get screen set, to run the pick and roll. It's kind of Jazz-type basketball, not the team the Jazz. You're just playing. You're trying to let the game flow. This is a Michael Scott quote from The Office. You know, you just let the game flow like jazz. It comes out. You go bippity-boppity-boo. But that's not how basketball is. Basketball is a set game. You got to follow your plays. You got to run plays. You got to communicate with your teammates. Because once you're playing that jazz, nobody's playing the same notes. This is high school basketball. Now, the OKC Thunder, the Denver Nuggets, the New York Knicks might be able to do it, but they're professional athletes, and this is Yeshiva League basketball. So we will start the fourth quarter. And the scoreboard, once again, is a little late, but we are all right. So MTA going to shoot 3 points money. And we are 53-31. As that ball given. Number 12. Shot. No good. Number 12's name. I will get in a second. Smek has the ball. That one given off to Shekabar. Shekabar down to Joe Hanan. Dribbling Lowy, putting immense pressure on him as that ball's given up into the paint to Smek. Double dribbles, no call. Shot, three, no good. Top of the frame, and that is that.
That sixth defender on that hoop gets you every time.
So the sixth defender is actually going to be the top bar. That right there is just the frame. So the sixth defender is when you shoot the ball too high. You see that in the middle? That little line? That's what the sixth defender is. But they both
Sorry for the confusion.
They both play the same effect. So I'll give that to you there. As fast break there, Rishi down to Smek, and yeah, case closed. 55-31. MTA facing the heat. Facing the heat in both ways. So yeah, I did not even realize the little not funny joke I was making there, but hey, we got it. As MTA will inbound.
This game has really looked like a learning experience for MTA. Even though it's the end of the season and they don't have many more times to prove this, but looks like they have improved since the start of the season.
As,
It's not
as we'll go to timeout, I'm going to agree with you there, but I'll see you one and I'll raise you one. This game may be a learning experience, but let me see if I can get on the Yeshiva League website here. So it's MYSA here, League Home, and let's go to boys junior varsity basketball, and let's look at MTA's previous games. So
it's not pretty.
MTA is 0-6 right now. Their past games have been their closest game. Their highest scoring points game was against Kushner, a 52-39 loss on December 20th. So more recently, we will say more recently, it looks like MTA is on a slightly upward trend, but those two games against Ramaz nearly identical. So,
and the game against SAR was horrible.
Learning experience maybe most of this season, I will say. But a learning experience is needed nonetheless. You can't come into every game thinking you're the best team in basketball. Sometimes you need that humbling moment to come out to realize the basketball player you are. And that's what I feel they are getting here at this game tonight. They've had glimpses of greatness and long stretches of not so greatness as the shot missed by Asekov and being taken down. Given to Shekabar. Shekabar out of bounds, MTA ball. Errant play by Shekabar there, but criticize Hillel all you want. Those small mistakes are clearly adding up to no mistakes because there is sheer and utter dominance on the floor right now. Gotel, shot. No good. Those open shots and then a fake fall. So a bit more SGA antics as Hanan has the ball at the wing.
Gotel's been trying everything out there tonight.
And you kind of got a Shekabar nifty move as he cuts to the basket. And we're going to have Lowy. Lowy moving around, getting the Joe Hanan, who's pressing, interestingly, in a complete blowout, right on him. I will say, though, the one thing the NBA Cup has changed is teams will not stop until the end, just for the NBA Cup, as once again a miracle was chucked up and missed as great play by Gotel. Love that.
Gotel is not giving up. He is still putting in that work and that hustle.
We'll say, just like his brother Mutti, playing till the very end. Both of them hustle players, very strong, as Gotel puts it up a little too strong at the front rim. And Smek slows down, changes tempo, 59-31, Hillel advantage. And Gotel to Lowy. Lowy's looked a little stagnant tonight in his passing abilities. But to be fair, so is the Hillel squad, I will say. Hillel's passing has not been great, but their second chance opportunities have been immaculate. Lowy to a wide open Stein. Stein, shot, no good. Rebounded, foul. Stein, you heard that one from a mile away. That slap sounded loud. And it will
MTA cannot be giving in those baby fouls like that.
But at this point, those baby fouls.
You have nothing to lose.
It's not you have nothing to lose. It's like, what's happening? I'd say that this may be maybe a kind of a time to just, put some of the bench players in as we see the MTA varsity squad walk out. What are you thinking right now? Who do you think is winning this game?
I have a strong hope for MTA in this one.
So here we're all about honesty in Lions Live. We're not biased. It's a big thing in New York sports broadcasts that they aren't very biased. If like I was watching, I'm a Thunder fan. I was watching the Timberwolves versus the Thunder, which after that great point, not by MTA, that was misattributed there. I was watching a very great play, a very great game, Thunder versus the Timberwolves, and the Timberwolves announcers were so biased, and it made it very hard to watch. The thing I like about Lions Live is that we don't do that. We give it straight. We're very positive. We give it straight for both sides. The great steal by Strolowitz, tries to pass it to Isakov. Not going to happen. Stein has the ball. Wide shot. No good.
Interesting way to put it up there by Stein. He went all around over there.
Rebounded by Smek as Rishti. Whoa! Rishti bottoms that one. A beautiful play and a real highlight. I got that one on the highlight reel. It is saved, and I am very happy to look at that later. Strulowitz has the ball, goes right by Smek. Strolowitz, a great move, but could not finish. Had angle open, couldn't get the ball over there. So we have Smek bringing it up, given to Hanan. Hanan's going to put that one up. Hanan's going to miss. But almost rebounded by Rishti. Strolowitz, high IQ play, doesn't let it go out, doesn't take that risk, and a bit of a lower IQ play right after that. So great passing there. It gives Rishti the wide open for 40 miles shot. And it looks like check back into the game is going to be Chaim Ziskind. Ziskind, once again, a neighbor of mine. Love to see him score. Strolowitz, shot, no good. He's been the scorer tonight, not just then. And the game is winding down. So are MTA's hopes.
Hillel has been playing very, very flexible this game. Their guards have been going up for layups, not only just shooting the far out threes. It's been a very fun game to watch.
As a deep three missed there, rebounded by Ziskind, bad pass, then another bad pass. That one corralled in by Hillel, and bit of errant play by Hillel. Will it work in their favor? No, it won't. Ziskind, that is rebound 3 in the span of around a minute. So positives on the stat sheet and everything but plus minus.
Let's all just remember, Siskin is a double-sided player. He's also on JV hockey, and he is a star player over there, not giving in. He's a big, big attribute in the JV world.
So it looks to be a substitution for Hillel, and Engel will inbound. Inbounded to Ziskin, back to Engel. Engel gonna give that ball an errant pass, but Isakov corrals it in. Wide open layup, decides not to put the ball in the basket, and it's going to be brought down by Joe Rishti. Rishti going to try to shoot. I would say an amazing attempt at a save. The hustle I'd love to see. Sometimes it doesn't go your way, and we'll have Levy inbound this one to Engel. Engel, a big man, so seeing a big man dribble it up, it's I wouldn't say hard to watch. It's interesting.
It's weird.
You don't see it a lot, but it's cool. And Isakov's going to miss the wide open 3. And Warshik,
trying
a bit of an interesting Euro step. Doesn't go his way, but that one going to fall in for Risky.
Hillel keeps having these put-back-ins, and it's really just nice to see how they're all playing with each other, not just playing for themselves.
So, Lorber was recently checked in the game. Shot, turnaround, no good. He was covered by 2 defenders. As Rishti gonna spread the love to Shalom, and Shalom says, Shalom, here's 2 points. 69-31 Hillel. And Ziskind gonna bring it out again. Ziskind is his point guarding debut in my eyes, because I haven't seen before. And shot not going to fall. Engel makes a wonderful save. His foot was fully out of bounds. The refs decided not to care. Ziskind fakes the defender, blocked from
Warshak.
Sent that ball a mile, but still saved. Lorber sends that one to the basket. It's 69-33. And the clock under a minute. Braha goes inside. Gives that one to 32. Ball goes in. Number 32 is Maurice Miami. If I mispronounce your name, Maurice, I am very sorry, but great shot by Maurice Miami. And Ziskin going to give that one to Levy. Levy at the wing. Goes there to Izekov. Izekov surveying, and they'll reset to Ziskind. Bit of a double dribble by Ziskind. Does not matter. Izekov to Lorber. Lorber wide open. Shot. No good, almost. Rims in and out. And final possession of the game, they will hold it. And it looks like that is farewell for the MTA Lions. A 71-33 loss. Will Shalom shoot it? That would be very bad sportsmanship. We'd hope not. They will not. And that is it. From the Max Stern Athletic Center, Strolowitz trying to keep MTA in the game, trying to score, to no avail. Hillel outpasses, outshoots, outdefends, outrebounds, and that was it for tonight. So we will transition directly into the varsity game, which will be coming in a mere 15 to 20 minutes. I am Sally Truaft with my colleague, Donnie Cohn. It was great to be with you today. Have a great one.
MTA is for anyone, right from the beginning, and just really being able to build bonds and connections really, really quickly.
Each kid has a different background, a different story, a different perspective. Everyone's just different.
It's just a very warm place of growth and opportunity.
So there's no specific kind of student that goes to MTA. There's a sprinkle of everything.
It brings all different communities together, and that is extremely unique about MTA.
So when I walk through the doors every morning, it's kind of just like, wow, this is the same place that my father was when he was my age. And it's kind of like I'm continuing the Masorah of just people who I really look up to, and I'm on the way to becoming just like them.
What gets me excited about coming to MTA is the people in the building. It's the great faculty and Rebbeim that I work with on a daily basis, the incredibly supportive administrators. Most of all, it's the kids.
To me, the MTA community is really more of a global community. No matter where we were, we always saw someone who went to MTA.
They have such a strong legacy of providing academic excellence and Torah excellence.
The fact that Torah is the foundation of the school has certainly stayed the same since I was there.
I've seen them bring home those traits. It had such a tremendous effect on them that's made them stand taller and just take their whole Yiddishkeit to another level.
Share in the morning, it's a family. You spend a nice amount of time in the morning with them. That really allows you to open up and build connections with these other Talmidim.
Every Rebbe kind of has their own style. Some years we're in the base a lot more, some years we're more in the class, some years we're more with the Chavrusa. Last year, Bekias was all in the base with all the YU guys.
Our Rebbeim are always looking out for us. They're always willing to meet with us whenever we need help with something. It feels like a Rebbe-Talmud relationship, something I wasn't expecting.
MTA offers something that no other school can offer.
Each year, an MTA is partnered with a specific YU Rosh Yeshiva along with his Talmidim.
To have that opportunity to have a role model, someone who's older than them and who's been through the same challenges and the same stages in life is something that's extraordinary for a young person to be able to experience on a regular basis.
We can schmooze, we get a shear from them, sometimes there's a Q&A, just really incredible.
One of the things that's so special about MTA is our strong connection to Eretz Yisrael. Whether it's being on a mission to give support at a time of need, or having Rebbeim meeting with their former Talmidim in Eretz Yisrael, everybody feels a strong connection.
The way the school is able to kind of blend Torah and secular studies really helps create a very well-rounded person, and we love the way it's been playing out within MTA.
It's all about creating a very clear-cut set of priorities and goals. Everything that we do places an emphasis and a primacy on Talmud Torah, and even the general studies courses is filtered through that very same lens.
To see Hashem's work in everything that you do throughout your day, it takes you to a whole new level. We felt that Natan was going to have the ability to really learn at a very, very high level, and also to get general studies and bring that into his life, and also to see how they go together. Being able to watch him grow in both arenas in terms of the Torah and the Mara really exemplifies what it is that we were hoping that he would get from his time at MTA.
The tracking allows for students to be appropriately challenged but not overwhelmed with the curriculum.
We also are looking for ways to challenge students. We currently have a rotation of electives. They cycle through business and entrepreneurship, graphic design, computer science, and engineering.
Every teacher is there for their students in a very, very hands-on way. Each layer of support that's there for the students is there to help them maximize the opportunities they will have in that subject area.
I think a big thing about going to MTA was being on the YU campus.
We see all of the YU guys, they're right across the street. Then we even get to use the facilities.
Including the library, including the gym, and our students are able to actually take courses in Yeshiva University.
Which is not just taking APs, it's actually taking college courses, which can then transfer or then count as residency for his YU career.
When the final bell rings at the end of the day, things are just getting started here at MTA. A majority of our student body stays after hours to participate in our robust extracurricular programming.
They have late night busing, so people stay for night Seder. A lot of the clubs happen nights, the teams meet at night.
Whether you're sporty, whether you're academic, whether you want more opportunities learning, you have the ability to really excel and pursue whatever you want.
There's always things going on at MTA. You have the Shabbatones, you have the Chagigas, you have all these just different events, sheer trips, Sudas Prado. There's always something going on in MTA.
One of the highlights of the year is really the Sudas Preda. We celebrate the different shirim making siyumim on the Masechtas that they learn. We get together and we sing and we dance, and everyone's just excited and happy to be there.
It's a very powerful program. I think we've been to every one. I hope they invite us back after the kids graduate.
When you go back to MTA and you realize, wow, there's so many of my classmates who also have kids there who I haven't seen in many, many years.
Success in MTA is not limited to one way for every student, but rather every student has the opportunity to choose the way that they want to go.
Right, that's what MTA is all about. It's a place of opportunity. We graduate strong, confident young men who are ready to go out into the world and become leaders, the future leaders of the Jewish people.
They're very strong in who they are and what they value and what they want to accomplish and bring to the world. And I very much credit that to their MTA education.
They always feel like this is their home, this is their campus, this is where they grew up, this is where they developed their skills, their foundation here starting at MTA.
MTA alumni are successful leaders in the edge community. Whether they're the shul rabbis, they're the presidents, year after year, we've seen Talmidim grow into incredible leaders.
We look at, the people who've already graduated and we see what the finished product looks like, and, we want our future generation to be a similar finished product.
MTA is for anyone, right from the beginning, and just really being able to build bonds and connections really, really quickly.
Each kid has a different background, a different story, a different perspective. Everyone's just different.
It's just a very warm place of growth and opportunity.
So there's no specific kind of student that goes to MTA. There's a sprinkle of everything.
It brings all different communities together, and that is extremely unique about MTA.
So when I walk through the doors every morning, it's kind of just like, wow, this is the same place that my father was when he was my age. And it's kind of like I'm continuing the Masorah of just people who I really look up to, and I'm on the way to becoming just like them.
What gets me excited about coming to MTA is the people in the building. It's the great faculty and rebbeim that I work with on a daily basis, the incredibly supportive administrators. Most of all, it's the kids.
To me, the MTA community is really more of a global community. No matter where we were, we always saw someone who went to MTA.
They have such a strong legacy of providing academic excellence and Torah excellence.
The fact that Torah is the foundation of the school has certainly stayed the same since I was there.
I've seen them bring home those traits. It had such a tremendous effect on them that's made them stand taller and just take their whole Yiddishkeit to another level.
Share in the morning, it's a family. You spend a nice amount of time in the morning with them. That really allows you to open up and build connections with these other Talmidim.
Every Rebbe kind of has their own style. Some years we're in the base a lot more, some years we're more in the class, some years we're more with the Chavrusa. Last year, Bekias was all in the base with all the YU guys.
Our Rebbeim are always looking out for us. They're always willing to meet with us whenever we need help with something. It feels like a Rebbe-Talmud relationship, something I wasn't expecting.
MTA offers something that no other school can offer.
Each year, an MTA is partnered with a specific YU Rosh Yeshiva along with his Talmidim.
To have that opportunity to have a role model, someone who's older than them and who's been through the same challenges and the same stages in life is something that's extraordinary for a young person to be able to experience on a regular basis.
We can schmooze, we get a shear from them, sometimes there's a Q&A, just really incredible.
One of the things that's so special about MTA is our strong connection to Eretz Yisrael. Whether it's being on a mission to give support at a time of need, or having rebbeim meeting with their former Talmidim in Eretz Yisrael, everybody feels a strong connection.
The way the school is able to kind of blend Torah and secular studies really helps create a very well-rounded person, and we love the way it's been playing out within MTA.
It's all about creating a very clear-cut set of priorities and goals. Everything that we do places an emphasis and a primacy on Talmud Torah, and even the general studies courses is filtered through that very same lens.
To see Hashem's work in everything that you do throughout your day, it takes you to a whole new level. We felt that Natan was going to have the ability to really learn at a very, very high level, and also to get general studies and bring that into his life, and also to see how they go together. Being able to watch him grow in both arenas in terms of the Torah and the Mara really exemplifies what it is that we were hoping that he would get from his time at MTA.
The tracking allows for students to be appropriately challenged but not overwhelmed with the curriculum.
We also are looking for ways to challenge students. We currently have a rotation of electives. They cycle through business and entrepreneurship, graphic design, computer science, and engineering.
Every teacher is there for their students in a very, very hands-on way. Each layer of support that's there for the students is there to help them maximize the opportunities they will have in that subject area.
I think a big thing about going to MTA was being on the YU campus.
We see all of the YU guys, they're right across the street. Then we even get to use the facilities,
including the library, including the gym, and our students are able to actually take courses in Yeshiva University.
Which is not just taking APs, it's actually taking college courses, which can then transfer or then count as residency for his YU career.
When the final bell rings at the end of the day, things are just getting started here at MTA. A majority of our student body stays after hours to participate in our robust extracurricular programming.
They have late night busing, so people stay for night Seder. A lot of the clubs happen nights, the teams meet at night.
Whether you're sporty, whether you're academic, whether you want more opportunities learning, you have the ability to really excel and pursue whatever you want.
There's always things going on at MTA. You have the Shabbatones, you have the Chagigas, you have all these just different events, sheer trips, Sudas Preda. There's always something going on in MTA.
One of the highlights of the year is really the Sudas Preda. We celebrate the different shiurim making siyumim on the masechtas that they learn. We get together and we sing and we dance, and everyone's just excited and happy to be there.
It's a very powerful program. I think we've been to every one. I hope they invite us back after the kids graduate.
When you go back to MTA and you realize, wow, there's so many of my classmates who also have kids there who I haven't seen in many, many years.
Success in MTA is not limited to one way for every student, but rather every student has the opportunity to choose the way that they want to go.
Right, that's what MTA is all about. It's a place of opportunity. We graduate strong, confident young men who are ready to go out into the world and become leaders, the future leaders of the Jewish people.
They're very strong in who they are and what they value and what they want to accomplish and bring to the world. And I very much credit that to their MTA education.
They always feel like this is their home, this is their campus, this is where they grew up, this is where they developed their skills, their foundation here starting at MTA.
MTA alumni are successful leaders in the edge community. Whether they're the shul rabbis, they're the presidents, year after year, we've seen Talmidim grow into incredible leaders.
We look at, the people who've already graduated and we see what the finished product looks like, and, we want our future generation to be a similar finished product.
MTA is for anyone, right from the beginning, and just really being able to build bonds and connections really, really quickly.
Each kid has a different background, a different story, a different perspective. Everyone's just different.
It's just a very warm place of growth and opportunity.
So there's no specific kind of student that goes to MTA. There is a sprinkle of everything.
It brings all different communities together, and that is extremely unique about MTA.
So when I walk through the doors every morning, it's kind of just like, wow, this is the same place that my father was when he was my age. And it's kind of like I'm continuing the Masorah of just people who I really look up to, and I'm on the way to becoming just like them.
What gets me excited about coming to MTA is the people in the building. It's the great faculty and rebbeim that I work with on a daily basis, the incredibly supportive administrators. Most of all, it's the kids.
To me, the MTA community is really more of a global community. No matter where we were, we always saw someone who went to MTA.
They have such a strong legacy of providing academic excellence and Torah excellence.
The fact that Torah is the foundation of the school has certainly stayed the same since I was there.
I've seen them bring home those traits. It had such a tremendous effect.
We are in the Max Stern Athletic Center, and welcome everyone to varsity basketball. I am Sali Truraft, and I'm announcing with me, myself, and I tonight as the MTA Lions varsity basketball will take on Hillel varsity basketball in the second game of a thrilling doubleheader. All right, so tonight will be a big one. Big playoff implications on the line, a possible home playoff game for MTA, and it'll be very interesting to see what MTA can get done here. Consistency has been the biggest problem for MTA. They have seen light, and I mean real light. But can it be consistent? There's been problems with this consistency. Last game, it was a little tough. They came out the first time in the beginning of the game. They came out a little weak. Was able to close it out against a bit of a weaker, I believe Hank team. Not 100% sure on that. Hank or Heschel. It's one of the two. My apologies. But tonight, big game. Let's see what can happen. Lions clapping, getting excited, getting hyped to start the game tonight. And Hillel not as exuberant to start the game, trying to be a little more locked in. Let's see if it goes their way or if it goes in the way of our Lion faithful. So in attendance, lots of MTA alum, lots of parents, and around 2 or 3 current students besides the MTA basketball team. So the attendance is more prior MTA and family, but it is still a big crowd tonight. Starting tonight on the floor is Yishai Nice, Ephraim Abramov, Andy Richmond, Gavi Engel, and Ethan Vaisman. And tonight it will be Gindi, number 23, starting. It will be Terren, number 24, starting. And bit of issues with the rest of the names of the Hillel Heat basketball team. Last game we had a list of their names. This game did not go the same. However, we are ready. We have a new announcer camera, as you can see. Brand new announcer camera. Tip. And tip off is won by Hillel. Terren gives that ball up. Hovering it around the top of the key is Epstein. 2 Epstein brothers, I believe, one in JV and one in varsity. Ball kicked back out to Epstein in the wing. And shot. That ball's off. And no good. So Yishai Nice is going to be surveying the floor. And sorry, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties at the moment. But they're all resolved as there's a miss there. And that one corralled in by Nice. Nice going to survey the floor. Has Richmond, gives it off. Faisman moving off ball. And Richmond taking his time. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Abramov wide open. Shot good. Ephraim Abramov. And very sorry for the very shaky camera work. That will be dealt with as soon as possible, but for now, please bear with us. And ball kicked out to the wing by Hillel. Surveying the floor of that one. Down Franco, shot. Not good as Richmond gets the rebound. So Hillel 0 for 2 to start the game as Richmond drives, has an open lane to Engel, just off. And with the way Engel takes that shot, you really expected that one to go in every time. Very much similar to a commonly used 2K line by the pre-recorded announcers. So a little bit of a good bit there. As Abramov, shot, no good by Richmond. Rebounded there by, I believe, Terren. And I am incorrect. I cannot read the name from here. Thomas to Epstein. Epstein has the ball. Going to give that one off. They're at the deep wing. Give it to Gindi. Top of the key. Back. And at the wing, he's looking, shoots. No good, and nothing but rim there for Hillel as Nice will bring it back down. Nice fakes the drive and goes back to Richmond. Off-ball screen by Abramov, and Nice to Richmond, back to Nice. Nice tries it, Abramov. And air ball as we will go back down. Bit tough tonight for both teams, today for both teams to make shots, But we have much more in store for us for the rest of the night, for the rest of the day. Night and day has been a big issue with me so far announcing, but bear with me. Epstein, top of the key. Taryn sets the screen. Epstein, tough shot. Bottoms. What a shot by Epstein. Beautiful there. Gets through the defense. 2 men on him. Fades back. Done. Nice to Richmond. Richmond just starting up the offense there. Nice thought he had Engel for a second. Goes to Abramov. 3-pointer. No good. Nobody can buy a bucket tonight but Faisman. Can he prove it wrong? No. Dindy. Rebounds. Driving up the floor. Trying to push the pace a little. They'll reset Epstein. At the wing. Top of the key. To Franco. And that one passed up. Shot. Bang. And that one drained. MTA down 2. Nice. Bringing it up the floor. Could hear plays being called out loudly as Vaseman tries setting a screen ineffective. Richmond, very nice move. That one swatted out. Rebounded Franco, intentional foul. And that should be in, maybe only be NBA rules where this applies, but should be clear path as the clock is running on our screen, but it is not running in real life. They do not call that. It is not a shot in ball, and it will be Hillel ball on the inbound. Franco going to kick that one to the corner to, I believe it says to Tobias. Tobias keeps it in bounds just barely as Engel corrals in a very nice steal. That one, Nice. Nice drives and swatted out of bounds. Still MTA ball. And great playing by the Lions. Clock is once again still running on the MTA screen. That ball given directly to Hillel. Epstein to Franco. Franco fouled. And that's 0-0. The only team in Yeshiva League to have 0 and 0-0, but 0-0 is Ethan Vaseman, and Franco will shoot 2. 2 shots coming. Shot 1, up and good. Hillel 5-2. Clock in our screen is still running and not going to go. So Ephraim Abramov has that, but it was given up. Epstein to Gindi. That is one that Ephraim really needs to come down with. Not ideal in a competitive game as such. And can MTA come back, force a stop? And yes, they can. Angle. An amazing deflection. Is that one corralled in by MTA? Nice goes to Vaseman. A risky pass, but it makes it back to Nice. Top of the key, they'll reset. 25 on the shot clock. Very long shot clock indeed. Richmond, Angle shot, no good. And rebounded by Tobias. And Epstein has the ball. I am getting the names down. Epstein has Gindi open, won't go to Gindi at the top of the key. Keep it in his own hands. Bit contested, but they'll go up. Tarrant, no good. Great defense by Gavi Angle and the MTA paint workers as Richmond will drive. Pass, wide open, Angle, money. The pass, the shot, all green. And that one being taken up Epstein. Epstein to Gindi. Gindi being really pressured by Richmond there. As Gindi back up, open 3, bottoms. Wow, by Gindi. Lights out there. It's 8-4. So the scoring returning to the game after a more than brief hiatus. And Nice will bring that one up. Nice tried to go to Abramov, goes to Richmond. Richmond drives, fouled. And you can see that from a mile away as our clock is still running, but that was, in fact, a foul. Don't take the person. It's okay. So Richmond will inbound. And he breaks him up, and that one goes to Angle, wide open. Ooh, just enough to get him to miss. Good job getting his hand in the face by Terim. As back to Epstein at the top of the key, the offense will set. Gindi at the top of the key, back to Epstein, same spot. Back to Gindi, and that one inside. Terran, open, money. And a real lapse in judgment there by Angle. leading to that shot, and that's Nice bringing it up right now. Nice has Richmond, but he decides to drive it. Beautiful pass. Fake shot. Rosenberg. Drive. No good. Just missed. And rebounded. Epstein. Down. Tobias. Shot. Not good. And rebounded by Vaisman after the putback. Very good. And foul called justly. Richmond looked originally upset. It was a bit of a later whistle, but he got the whistle off. That's what counts. 1:17 remaining. As great work by Yoni, our statistician, or whatever you'd like to call it, keeping the stats tonight. Nice. Given to Angle. Angle. Bit of an errant pass, but a good try. Faisman tries to tip it. Gindy gets to it, but Faisman in his head, I guess. Missing that shot was Gindy as Richmond has it. Shot. Rosenberg. Just off. And hits the top of the pole of the Yeshiva University basket. And it will go Hillel ball. Gindy going to give that one back to Epstein to start the offensive possession. Guarded by Rosenberg is Epstein. Back to Epstein again. And new check-in for the Hillel Heat. And it looks like it was a foul. So let me get his name. Number 0. We'll see if I can see the back of his jersey. I think it's Zarina or something of the sort, so that's what I'll call him. And Terran, open. Just off. Thought that was going in. The second it left his hand, was looking consistent the past 2 shots with that. Doesn't go. Rosenberg, beautiful pass. Richmond to Rosenberg, goes in. And this is looking good for MTA there. 10-6, but they are passing wonderfully. They can just get the more open shots to fall. They can do wonders. Gindy holding for 1. Gindy gonna try a drive, not gonna go. Zakia, shot. Just, I would say just off, very off, and that is the end of the first quarter. So ending the first quarter will be 10-6, a low-scoring affair, but a very good game as of current. So MTA missing more of the open shots, but great defense on both sides. All right. So normally this is where I would ask, okay, first of all, I would like to say that props to Ruvain Shapiro. He's number 10. His jersey says 0. He taped a 1 in a nice blue painter's tape on the back of his jersey. I love to see it. It's, I don't know what to call it. By the way, that is our new side cam. I really love it. You could see me in there. If you see me waving right there, that's me. You could see my partner here, Yoni. You can kind of see Donnie Cohn in the top left there, streaming this game on the camera upstairs. Thank you so much to him. Real shout out. But I really appreciate that camera. Very happy with it. So we got an 8-minute. We got an 8-minute affair here in this quarter, and we will see how it starts. And that's going to start with Abramov to Richmond. Richmond being guarded heavily and passed back to Abramov. Abramov to Nice. Nice blocked, and Terran gets the ball on the steal. And whoa, a great pass. Looked a little errant, but it ended up being good. Epstein shot contested, and great hand in the face, but it will stay the same way. MTA playing ferocious defense, just barely doesn't come down to it. A borderline outbound call keeps it Hillel way. And that's Franco. Has the ball, top of the key. Given to Epstein. Epstein back to Franco to Rishti. 3 players looks like with brothers on the other side of the ball, on the other side of the ball teams in JV. Ball to Rishti. Rishti gonna kick it to the corner, back to Epstein. Epstein, Franco. Franco, top of the key. They are winding down the shot clock as that ball given to the wing to Terran. Terran to Franco. Franco, 3, open, no good. So you can see there, Rishti smacked Ephraim Abramov on the back of the head. Who cares? But Rosenberg, shot, good. A contested shot, clean defense, clean shot. So we have Epstein bringing the ball up after the great shot by MTA. We're within 2 now, and let's see what happens. Epstein, three-pointer, no good, and Nice hauls it in. Great rebound by Nice there. Nice will drive, pass, pass back to Richmond. 3 straight passes, good passing by MTA. Angle sets the screen, Richmond open to Angle. Angle open, and foul on the ground. So that's going to be foul 1 for Hillel of the quarter, and it will be an inbound. Inbounding will be on the Richmond. Abramov, wide open on the inbound, but fouled. Quick foul there. And if Hillel's trying to get into foul trouble, they are doing a great job at this pace for the quarter. Given beyond half court to Nice, coming back in. Double screen almost set by Angle and Rosenberg. They faked it. Angle drives over Terem. Terem doesn't contest. And Angle drops one in. Beautiful shot right over Terem, a big guy. And that is 10-10 with 6:03 remaining. Epstein Gindi given to the corner. Back to Franco. Franco to Epstein. Epstein gonna give that one off. Back to Epstein. Epstein in the wing. Ball really running through Epstein as Franco gets it there. Ball given off. Gindi to Epstein. Epstein is running this. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Chucks up a prayer. Side of the basket. Not going to go. Gavi Angle corrals it. No shot clock violation, but MCA ball and splendid defense. 10-10. Richmond tries to go for it. Keeping the ball alive. Can he? No, he can't. And what a save by Terem that was. Epstein has the ball. Heavy defense. Epstein goes. What a highlight shot. That saved in the replay books. And wow, what a shot by Epstein. The next whistle, you'll see that replay. Yichai Nice surveying the floor after a beautiful shot. They're down 2. Ball attempted to give off to Andy. Here's the replay of
and what a
that
save
shot
by Terem that was.
by Epstein. Has the ball. Heavy defense. Epstein goes.
And wow, what a shot
What a-
that was.
As we will go back. And bringing the ball down is Epstein, as usual. Epstein really holding the ball for most of the time this game as Gindi has the ball there. Ball given back to Epstein to Gindi. Back to Epstein to the corner. Shot! Money! Wow. As that's our side cam. Will not usually be used for that. That's a bit of a test for the day, but great gangle and a great shot there by, I believe, Tobias. Nice. Given off to Richmond at around the top of the key angle. Fumbles it, gets it right back. Back to Richmond in half court. Richmond looking through the floor, trying to make a good read. Good read to Angle. Angle has a good shot, finishes a good shot, and wow. Angle taking everything tonight. And Epstein going to give that one right to Zechia, and shot banks it in. Did not call bank, I'm assuming, but hey, if I made a three-pointer off the backboard, I would be happy and I would keep my mouth shut. So Richmond carrying that ball, and he is clearly fouled and late whistle. So unsure why, but I'm blanking on the name, number 23 on the Heat, Hillel Heat, decided to pretend that that wasn't a clear foul. It was. I think I could get the replay of it, but we're not going to put that one on. So Richmond has the ball, almost hands it off to Nice, decides not to. Ball given off. And what can Abramov do? He is not fouled. Errant shot. Kind of tunnel vision there of sorts. And shot Zakia just off, up, fouled. And Epstein will shoot 2. So Epstein shooting 2 there. These are two big shots here. Can Epstein make this difference larger? Shot 1 will fall. And let's see shot 2. Epstein dime. So it's 19-12. MTA going on a bit of a dry spell in the scoring region, but is not doing too bad defensively. Can they keep the intensity up? Richmond, 3, no good. Angle doing what he does best. Rebound, look to be same way. They will agree with me. So replay there. Was that same way? Let's see. And I clicked the wrong button for the replay. Richmond gets the ball. That one to Nice. Nice. What can he do? Top of the key to Richmond. To Nice. That one to Angle. Angle open, but he's blocked. Could have been clean, could have not. Let's see this. Shot. Fakes the shot. That went back to Bias. Doesn't do it. Goes to Terran. Inside. Terran blocked. That's a foul. Is it a foul? Let's get our replay there. And let us see that one again. Shot. Fakes the shot. That went back to Bias. Doesn't do it. Goes to Terran. Inside. Terran blocked. It looks like a foul there. Terran shooting 2. Shot 1 is up. Clock's running. So clock's being reset on our screen is at 2:37 is the correct time as neighbor of mine, number 2, Ruvain Shapiro, checked in the game. Number 1 in Painter State, number 0 in Jersey. What's up, Terran? Money. Lead is going up and up and up for Hillel. They are on fire, no pun intended. Up by 9, and the MTA defense and offense is crumbling. Let's see what they can do to rebound. Abramov knows they need a bucket, gives it back to Nice. Shapiro looking open. They won't send it off to him as it's just Nice right now. Passing. Open is Richmond. They go back. Will they save the backcourt? Yes, they will. Great play by Ethan Vaisman. Deep 3. Up. Not even close. And that ball being taken back. What can Epstein do? Epstein fouled, not in the act of shooting, on the floor. The Hillel bench did not like Vaisman's block well after the play. Vaisman, I'm sure, loved it. So this being inbounded by Tobias, I believe. And let's see what they can do. Tobias going to go to Epstein. Epstein holding this ball top of the key. Epstein on fire tonight. Ball going really through his hands. Great passing. Gindy back to Epstein. Epstein deep 3. An NBA range 3 does not go his way. But what a save to Tobias. Tobias, step back. Bottoms. What a shot. And on fire is Hillel. Really bringing the heat to MTA. A big problem for the Lions. They have been struggling as of late. This second quarter not, in fact, going their way. Yosef Rosenberg drives up. No good. Rebound. Back straight to Gindy. Wide open. Lapse in judgment on the defense by Richmond. And it's now 13-point deficit. And what can Nice do? Nice stepping back to Shapiro. 3 points. That one off the left side of the bottom of the backboard. Not going to go. Given right to Taram. Taram just off, but the putback almost good. The putback almost good. And not going to go. Rebounded by Vaisman to Rosenberg. And they'll call a foul there. On 11, that is Epstein for the Hillel Heat. Believe that is his second. And they'll sub Epstein out. So likely past his second. It seems my knowledge was incorrect. So now we got Yishainis taking it up. 40 seconds remaining. Maybe get a shot, clutch shot, send him into the half with smiles on their faces as Richmond tries to step it back. Huge foul, SGA type foul, but smart basketball by Andy Richmond there. That is knowledge of the game. Big OKC Thunder fan myself. Anybody that says that Shea is a foul baiter doesn't realize that that's how you win the MVP. That's how you play good basketball. Look at Denny Avdia, the best Jewish basketball player in the world, as Andy Richmond misses the first. Denny Avdia, most drives in basketball, big quote-unquote foul baiter, but he's one of the best players in basketball. Will make an all-star team this year. Play like Andy Richmond just played if you want to be a good basketball player. Take smart shots as Andy Richmond misses both, and Taram gets the rebound there. So it's been tough times for MTA here. As Gindi has the ball, going to Zakia at half court, back to Gindi. They're playing very deep right here. Taram going back. We're in a triangle, back to Gindi. Top of the key, guarded by Nice. Taram, guarded by Shapiro. Shapiro hands up in the wrong spot, but he is fouled by, I believe, 0-0, Ethan Vaisman. And he is not looking. Ethan, but that doesn't, you don't interrupt me mid-thing. If you don't know, just click skip. And we are hoping here in the booth that he is all right. Claps all around. Hoping everything's good with him. He looks to be good and will stay on the court. All right. So a bit of discussion on the floor. Unsure why, but I bet it is wonderful. Great discussion. All right. So let us see. I will be checking quickly the MTA Live's chat. See if there's anything anything happening on our live stream chat. Let's see this. So nothing as of yet. Don't see anything. Is there anything? Let me check another version of this as shooting two will be Epstein. Epstein up. That's 1 for 1 of the two shots. And the Lions live chat seems to be empty. And ball's coming down. And that one passed deep to Rosenberg, goes out, and we've hit halftime. So that's half, 27-12. Hillel on fire, bringing the heat to the MTA Lions. And how can the Lions respond? I'm Solly Truaft, and I will see you at the beginning of the third quarter. Those are our stats, and we will see you later.
MTA is for anyone, right from the beginning, and just really being able to build bonds and connections really, really quickly.
Each kid has a different background, a different story, a different perspective. Everyone's just different.
It's just a very warm place of growth and opportunity.
So there's no specific kind of student that goes to MTA. There is a sprinkle of everything.
It brings all different communities together, and that is extremely unique about MTA.
So when I walk through the doors every morning, it's kind of just like, wow, this is the same place that my father was when he was my age. And it's kind of like I'm continuing the Masorah of just people who I really look up to, and I'm on the way to becoming just like them.
What gets me excited about coming to MTA is the people in the building. It's the great faculty in Rebbeim that I work with on a daily basis, the incredibly supportive administrators. Most of all, it's the kids.
To me, the MTA community is really more of a global community. No matter where we were, we always saw someone who went to MTA.
They have such a strong legacy of providing academic excellence and Torah excellence.
The fact that Torah is the foundation of the school has certainly stayed the same since I was there.
I've seen them bring home those traits. It had such a tremendous effect on them that's made them stand taller and just take their whole Yiddishkeit to another level.
Share in the morning, it's a family. You spend a nice amount of time in the morning with them. That really allows you to open up and build connections with these other Talmidim.
Every Rebbe kind of has their own style. Some years we're in the base a lot more, some years we're more in the class, some years we're more with the Chavrusa. Last year, Bekias was all in the base with all the YU guys.
Our Rebbeim are always looking out for us. They're always willing to meet with us whenever we need help with something. It feels like a Rebbe-Talmud relationship, something I wasn't expecting.
MTA offers something that no other school can offer.
Each year, an MTA is partnered with a specific YU Rosh Yeshiva along with his Talmidim.
To have that opportunity to have a role model, someone who's older than them, and who's been through the same challenges and the same stages in life is something that's extraordinary for a young person to be able to experience on a regular basis.
We can schmooze, we get a cheer from them, sometimes there's a Q&A, just really incredible.
One of the things that's so special about MTA is our strong connection to Eretz Yisrael. Whether it's being on a mission to give support at a time of need, or having Rebbeim meeting with their former Talmidim in Eretz Yisrael, everybody feels a strong connection.
The way the school is able to kind of blend Torah and secular studies really helps create a very well-rounded person, and we love the way it's been playing out within MTA.
It's all about creating a very clear-cut set of priorities and goals. Everything that we do places an emphasis and a primacy on Talmud Torah, and even the general studies courses is filtered through that very same lens.
To see Hashem's work in everything that you do throughout your day, it takes you to a whole new level. We felt that Natan was going to have the ability to really learn at a very, very high level, and also to get general studies and bring that into his life, and also to see how they go together.
Being able to watch him grow in both arenas in terms of the Torah and the Mara really exemplifies what it is that we were hoping that he would get from his time at MTA.
The tracking allows for students to be appropriately challenged but not overwhelmed with the curriculum.
We also are looking for ways to challenge students. We currently have a rotation of electives. They cycle through business and entrepreneurship, graphic design, computer science, and engineering.
Every teacher is there for their students in a very, very hands-on way. Each layer of support that's there for the students is there to help them maximize the opportunities they will have in that subject area.
I think a big thing about going to MTA was being on the YU campus.
We see all of the YU guys, they're right across the street. Then we even get to use the facilities.
Including the library, including the gym, and our students are able to actually take courses in Yeshiva University.
Which is not just taking APs, it's actually taking college courses, which can then transfer or then count as residency for his YU career.
When the final bell rings at the end of the day, things are just getting started here at MTA. A majority of our student body stays after hours to participate in our robust extracurricular programming.
They have late night busing, so people stay for nights later. A lot of the clubs happen nights, the teams meet at night.
Whether you're sporty, whether you're academic, whether you want more opportunities learning, you have the ability to really excel and pursue whatever you want.
There's always things going on at MTA. You have the Shabbatones, you have the Chagigas, you have all these just different events, sheer trips, Sudas Preda. There's always something going on in MTA.
One of the highlights of the year is really the Sudas Preda. We celebrate the different shiurim making siyumim on the mesachtas that they learn. We get together and we sing and we dance, and everyone's just excited and happy to be there.
It's a very powerful program. I think we've been to every one. I hope they invite us back after the kids graduate.
When you go back to MTA and you realize, wow, there's so many of my classmates who also have kids there who I haven't seen in many, many years.
Success in MTA is not limited to one way for every student, but rather every student has the opportunity.
We are back in the Max Stern Athletic Center, and we have in store for you the second half of the MTA Lions versus the Hillel Heat. So, it's been a rough one for the MTA Lions as of current. They are down 27-12 with little shooting in sight. Defense has held up pretty well, but it's been tough to get any offensive production. They need to work on the shooting, try to get those open shots, and I'd recommend going to Gavi Engel much more. They went to him in the beginning of the game. He was scoring like a machine, and then the passes just faded and faded. So this is an interesting shout out. Don't like to give them generally, but I do think it is in order. So my younger sister Molly, this game is being streamed on her laptop. So thank you very much, Molly. The game would not be streamed without you. And yes, it's very that was very important. Gotta give thanks. Hakar Satov. So had to do that. All right. So we see Baruch Goldenberg and the crew warming up, getting ready to get back on the court as there is 47 seconds to game time. The MTA faithful hoping for a miracle. We're a little past Hanukkah, but not too far. Hashem can do anything. What can the Lions do? All right, as the Lions getting hype, clapping it up into the next half. And the Lions calling for energy as they break their huddle. And they will hope they can change their ways and go into this game with a fresh mindset. The mind of a goldfish is the best mind to have in sports. Very, very common saying. Forgetful is what you should be in sports. And the clock ticks down. We have fresh 8 minutes, and Gindi will inbound to Epstein. Epstein guarded by Nice. Can Nice and crew make the adjustments? Tobias, perfect. Instant basket for Hillel. Nice at half court. He is running in. What can they do? That one to Angle. Angle tries to turn around, doesn't do it. Richmond trapped a little. Open. Money. 3 points. Ephraim Abramov and Epstein will bring that one back up the court. Integral points for MTA if they want to get back in this. 14-point deficit they face. Epstein giving that one off. Given to Gindi. Gindi has the ball. Top of the key. He drives. Up. What a shot that would be, and it would not go, though. So that one. Down now to Nice. At the wing. Guarded by Epstein. Nice drives. Doesn't shoot. Gives it. Angle. Push shot. Money. Wonderful shot. MTA's offense coming alive. And let's see if Hillel can quell this, or MTA will go on a run back to bring them in contention to win this game. Abramov guarding up top on Gindi as that ball's given to Epstein, guarded by Nice. Taryn sets the screen. Double teamed is Epstein, given to Gindi. And MTA able to reset the defense very nicely. Nice on Epstein. Epstein driving, creates separation. Shot just off. Great way to create separation. Great rebound by Vaisman, and it's MTA ball. Abramov, three-pointer, hand in his face. Not going to go, but he hustles, tries to tip it out, almost gets there. And Gindi there, but an errant pass and a questionable play by Gindi to haul it in. Could have been done, and it is MTA ball. Turnovers are a real killer, especially in Yeshiva League basketball. Nice really helping pioneer this run. Great passing by him. Can MTA continue it? MTA, I believe, on a 4-0 run. Nice. No, it's on a 5-0 run. Nice drives, doesn't get it to go, gives it out to Abramov, back to Nice at the top of the key. He drives, again kicks it out. Richmond goes from under the basket, tries to get it out of bounds. We are staying the same way. 6 seconds remain on the shot clock. What can happen? MTA got to get a shot off quick. That one, Nice, wide open. Easy lay, money. MTA inside into 10. We got 5:39 remaining in this third, and MTA is looking to start and continue a run. Back to Epstein at the top of the key, guarded by Nice. Taryn tries to set a screen, doesn't work. Little mismatch. Taryn and Nice doesn't do it. Epstein gets it back from Gindi. We got Angle on Epstein, now back to Ephraim. Epstein, shot with a hand in his face. Interesting shot and great rebound by Vaisman. Nice drives, gives that one off to Abramov. Abramov, open, three, beautiful. Wow, what a shot. Ephraim Abramov and the MTA faithful are going loud. What a shot by Abramov, and timeout Hillel. Wow, Abramov, 8 points today, and it was incredible how MTA was able to rebound coming out of the half. Surely, Coach Ushi Sullivan had something to do with that. Cooked something up in the playbook and sent them out there with a real plan, because it clearly worked out here on the floor. 5:01 left in the third quarter. We will see you after a quick ad.
Easy
had short. The timeout is done, and Zakia will inbound to Gindi. And Hillel looking to break the ice in this third quarter, having a rough time as of late. Tobias inside to Epstein. Epstein couldn't finish it. Lots of shot clock to go as Engel hits off of his shin, it looked like. And that will stay Hillel way. And MTA looks like they're running a box one, or man, as of now, I heard box one called out. Gindi tries to do that angle with the block. A beautiful block. That one saved for the replay. That one given to Vaisman. Vaisman out to Ephraim. That one kicked to Nice. Nice at the wing, dribbles it back. They'll reset. Angle fakes the off-ball screen. Nice drives. Oh, an attempted pass at Angle. Doesn't work. Ephraim Abramov, endless hustle. Can he make it? Foul and one. What a shot. Abramov tries to block that one. Tobias says no, sends it in, gets hit, and that's and one. It's 31-22. The scoreboard now reflects it on our stream, and it is 4:17 remaining, and our scoreboard now reflects that too. Shot, 1 of 1. It's good. And that's Nice getting the ball, dribbling it up. Clock winding down at 4:09. And MTA in the midst of an attempted comeback. Angle, as I said, put the ball in Angle's hands and he will deliver. Gavi Angle, real integral piece of this comeback here, an integral piece of the MTA scoring scheme today. And that one given in. Tobias wide open, not close. Gindi tries to drive, doesn't work. That one given to Zakia. Zakia, can he make it? No, he cannot. He got stuck. Richmond, relentless defense, and we got 23 left on shot clock. Epstein surveying. Shot clock so long, you basically get 2 attempts at a possession. And Gindi has the ball. Staring down him is Ephraim Abramov. And that one given off to Tarim. Tarim sets the screen on Nice. Nice gets around it. Epstein tries to shoot, does not realize who Gavi Angle is, but Tarim able to corral it and get that ball back in. Great play by Hillel. We're back to 10. And calling out of play is Yishai Nice. Plenty of time on this long, long shot clock. And that one given. Abramov almost made a wonderful shot. Took a bit of a contested one. Prayed for that. And what a block by Ethan Vaisman. Oh, going the other way. Touched him again. And wow. What a play by Ethan Vaisman. Coming down. Nice has the ball. The crowd calling him for push the ball. And let's see what Yishai does. Guarded by Epstein. That ball given to Abramov. To Angle. Open. Money. Like I said, and I will keep saying it. Give the ball to Angle, and he delivers. Gavi Angle on a hot streak tonight. Epstein. Epstein at the top of the key. Passes that one. Fakes the shot and not going to go. So now it's up to Nice. What can Nice do? Yishai driving. Shot. No good. Just too strong. And Zakia driving, trying to make the fast break go. Not going to work. Wide open was Tobias. Squanders that opportunity. Blocked by Angle. It's like blocked by James. You hear it so often. And a foul is called. What tenacity that Gavi Angle is playing with. It's a foul on Hillel. And Bridgman will inbound to Nice. Things looking good for MTA right now. They are killing it on both sides of the floor. Can it continue? Ball back to Nice at the top of the key. Moving around are Vaisman and Abramov. As the ball goes back to Nice. Nice surveys, doesn't do it. Goes again, almost slips. Takes a quick spin, and that ball given, foul. Foul number 2 of the quarter for Hillel. And Richmond will inbound from the back. Checking into the game. Let me see if I can get the back of the jersey. Number 22. And let's see. Let me get the back of the jersey. Chekebar, it looks like. As Angle has the ball. He's driving in. Great pass to Faisman. Open is Faisman. Shot. Bang! MTA is in contention. 5-point game. From a larger margin to 2 possessions, MTA relentless. 3-pointer right back is Hillel. We're at 8. Nice. Dribbling it up as Ephraim Abramov fixes the net. Nice. Gives that one to Engel. Engel fakes the 3-point shot, not known as first 3-point shooting. Engel fade away, almost in, but playing honestly better than prime Josh Truehaft. What a night it is for Gavi Engel. Engel takes it, and it's the other way. The charge drawn by Gavi Engel. What can he not do? All right, that ball given to Nice. To Richmond. And Eitan Goldberg says something with a smile on his face from the scorer's table, and the game is stopped at 45.2 seconds. Unsure what that is, but I'm sure it is of the utmost importance to this game. All right, confusion all around. The one question is, what in the world is happening? And I cannot tell you. That is the problem. But I will try my best. Thumbs ups from the ref, and we are back. Richmond will inbound to Nice, as Nice is being heavily guarded by Epstein, but Nice breaks away, gets that, back to Richmond. Richmond gets that one. Engel, what a fake and what a shot. What can Gavi Engel not do is the question we cannot answer. The great assist by Richmond and the great shot by Gavi. MTA down by 6. This comeback is immense. Gindi at the top of the key, guarded by Rosenberg. One given in and stolen. Gavi Engel. Will his name stop being mentioned? Given. Rosenberg, wide open foul. 2 shots coming Rosenberg's way. He's got to be beating himself up for a silly foul like that. Rosenberg honestly looked like he was going to miss the shot. From the second it left his hand, just had to touch him right after. And if I was Hillel coach, I would not be pleased with that one. 2 shots. One's up and good. Great shot by Yosef Rosenberg. And brings it to 5. This will be the closest point since the beginning of the first quarter. Can they bring it into 4? And does not look to be so. And there's a whistle. And that one, it looks like is going to stay the same way. Hillel ball. Unsure who was on. May have been Yosef Rosenberg there from the numbers that the ref was giving. Tarrant circles around, given out, kicks to the corner, up. Shot clock expired before. Let's see, we got the replay here. Did the clock expire, or did it from the get numbers the shot the ref was giving? Watching it back with you guys right here. Circles around, given out, red, kicks to the corner, up. He got it off. Shot clock that would have been a good shot. Does not go in, and we are going into the 4th quarter. But first, a brief ad. and the announcer's mic was off for that entire time, but I bet you I said something very cool. Yishai Nice dribbles, goes back from the wing, top of the key. Resetting the offense, back to Richmond. That one given. Angle, turn around, bang! What can Gavi Angle not do? The question has been asked so many times I cannot even count. Gindi, to wide open Taram, cannot make it go. It's a 1-point game. Can MTA take the lead? Richmond has the ball, top of the key, goes to drive, to Rosenberg, 3 points! No, just off same way. MTA a second opportunity, and second chance points will win the Lions this basketball game. Richmond will inbound, and what a game it has been. Glad to be joining you guys here. Angle! Ooh, looks like a foul after the shot Gavi wanted. Did not get called. The drive. Epstein, can he make magic? Yes, he can. A tough shot there. Save for the replay, and that will be Yishai Nice bringing that ball up. Nice passing wonderfully today, but the real star of today is Gavi Angle. What a game he's been playing. They are going to call that on the ground foul, and it will stay the same way, I believe, on number 4 there. That's Rishti, his brother, also on junior varsity for Hillel. 2 very good basketball players themselves. And ball inbounded to Rosenberg. Rosenberg almost picked, but not. Ball, Richmond doesn't shoot. Wide open layup, and Richmond is going to bring them to the lead. I believe, no, he will not. That will be 38-39. Sorry, our scoreboard was incorrect there. And then I thought it was incorrect twice. That's okay. As a crazy play happened, probably should have been a travel, not called. So MTA down 1. Epstein, the hero of last possession, what can they do? Ball given. Tobias, open shot, not going to go. Had a little bit of Ethan Vaisman in his face, but clearly open, not going to make that. Yishai Nice, double steps, and that one going down. Bit of an errant pass, but it has not at all been a common theme for the Lions or for Hillel today. Passing has been on par for both sides, and Epstein will bring it out. Epstein giving that one up to Franco. Rishti, 3. Bottoms. Rishti brings it to a 4-point game. And Nice will bring that one up. Nice looking to create some magic after his errant pass last possession. At the wing, screen set Richmond, screen set Angle. That one given to Gavi Angle. Today's hero. Back to Richmond. Smart thinking by Gavi Angle. And you can see calling for the ball out of Vaisman as Angle. Speechless. He leaving the crowd, and time out Hillel. It is a 2-point basketball game. Gavi Angle is the knight in shining armor that the Lions need. What a game for Angle. And we will return after a short break. And we are back in the Max Stern Athletic Center. An absolute nail-biter. And wow, what a game. And what a game for Gavi Angle, specifically. Playing out of his mind. Gindi giving that ball up to Franco. Franco wide open. And right back on the court. And one. Very tough break for Andy Richmond and the Lions. One shot, Franco. And let's see what happens. Shot up. No good. And it's going everywhere. Angle. Who but Angle will get that needed rebound? As that one being driven up the court by Yishai Nice. Nice surveying the floor. Lots of movement. Angle off ball screen. Not going to go. As Nice will get the ball back at the top of the key from Richmond. Nice needing someone to help out. Given to Richmond, back to Nice. Nice chips it out to Rosenberg. Shot clock winding down. Inside 5 seconds. Nice comes alive when it's needed. 4 minutes, 9 seconds left, and Yishai Nice brings it to within 2. Epstein guarded by Yishai Nice. Epstein surveying the floor, taking his sweet old time. Not like that they have it. Gindi staying inside that three-point line, back outside, and they're at the top of the key. Ball handed off, given from Terem, but a bit of an errant pass makes them reset. Then shot clock, he gets it off. What a shot by Epstein! And the MTA crowd is silenced. It's a 5-point game, and wow, what a shot that was. Yishai Nice giving that one off to Andy Richmond. Richmond back to Nice. Nice hesitant to give it to Angle there, covered by Tobias. Nice giving that one. And Richmond, he'll drive. Will he put it up to Faisman? Wide three. Wow! Faisman's been automatic from the three-point line tonight. And now Tarrant driving. Will he make it? Faisman puts up an effort, and what an effort by Ethan Faisman. Both sides of the floor. Richmond passes to Angle. It's going everywhere. Back to Richmond. Wow. What a sequence as Richmond drives. He needs help. He bails himself out, will he? And that is going to be, what a play by Rosenberg. I was about to say a jump ball. Timeout Lions. Coach Yoshi Sullivan, a great call. And MTA on the up and up. So a quick advertisement, and we're back to this energy-packed Lions basketball game. We are back from timeout. I'm fired up. The fans are fired up. The Lions are fired up. Let's see what happens. Ball given out to Abramov instantly, and he'll give it back to the top of the key. Fakes a dump off to Nice. He'll do it himself. What can Abramov do? Abramov spins right to the basket. Money! We're square for the first time since the beginning of the game. What a play by Ephraim Abramov. And we are back to 2 minutes, 20 seconds. Squared. Epstein at the top of the key. Gets a pick from Terem. Epstein wide open. Bottoms. Who but Epstein? What a play. He has been automatic this quarter from the three-point line. 2 for 2, I believe. And what can Andy Richmond and the MTA Lions pull out of their magic hat here? Abramov wants a three-pointer. You can tell it. Wide in his face. Not going to go. Bit of an errant shot choice. And Coach Yoshi Sullivan could not be happy with that. Tarrant wide open from the three. And Gavi Angle stepped in his face, and the same way. That one did hit off the shoe of Ephraim Abramov, sad to say, and it will stay the same way. Not sad to say as in I'm being biased. Sad to say as in he was upset, didn't get the call he wanted. Epstein. And Epstein getting the ball bashed by Yishai Nice, but keeps his footing, keeps his handles. Great play by Epstein there. As Epstein dumps that ball off. At the top of the key. Back to Epstein. Epstein, the ball always goes through him. As Tobias. Shot very contested. And Tobias will get another chance at that. Shot clock should have reset, did not reset. That was incorrect, but this time it will. Ethan Vaisman gives it to Nice, and that one back to Andy Richmond. Richmond to Nice. Drives, he has the lane, he shoots, no good, but that's 2 shots at a pivotal moment. 59 seconds remaining, down by 2. Down by 3.
I'm a little too loud.
And shot 1 doesn't go for Yishai Nice. As the audience really enjoying how loud I'm screaming, we're going to take a quick pause, timeout Lions, and this is a nail biter after shot 1 does not go. We are back. The Lions coming out of the den. Get it? Yeah. A bit of an unfunny joke there, but we are back. All right. 47-50 MTA is facing, and one more shot left for Nice. 59.1 or 58 on our screen. Yishai Nice. That was needed, and it won't go. Nice 0 for 2, and it's a 3-point game. Lions will need 3 to tie, and this 35-second shot clock surely gives Hillel the chance to burn some valuable time. Epstein being absolutely pummeled by Nice. No foul yet. Now there's a foul there. MTA has many fouls to give, but it is very contested here, and MTA is going to want to make a big stop on the inbound. Let's see what they can do. So, another timeout. This one we will cut to add once again. It is a timeout, I believe, for Hillel, and let's see what happens right after this short break. We are back, and Epstein gets that ball. Epstein being pressured, but no foul call. That was definitely a foul, and they'll call it on Abramov there. So another inbound will come out, and MTA having, I believe, only one more foul to give. Gindy has the ball. That one given off. The shot clock is off, and shooting 2. So an interesting concept to foul there. Could have tried to force the stop. Now the shot clock is off, and one foul to give, and no fouls to give. This next foul is 2 shots, and they'll foul Epstein at the line. Will the MTA faithful get loud and force a miss? Let's see. 2 shots, 1 make could decide the game. Shot 1 good. So it's now a 2-possession game. The Lions need a quick bucket as Ephraim Abramov checks in for Yosef Rosenberg. Shot 2. Up and good. Going to be a tough one for the Lions. What can they do? That one. Inbounded. Nice. Nice knows he needs a quick bucket. Will drive. Nice to Vaisman. Vaisman. Tough 3. Not even close. Off the top. And that is Hillel ball. 5-point advantage. And they're surely going to foul right off the inbound here. And 14.9 seconds remain. Hillel hits both shots. And the Lions can go home. Very little faith in the Max Stern Athletic Center for the MTA Lions. Let's see what can happen. Epstein, shot 1. That's good. And this next one to ice the game. For a 3-possession game from Epstein. And that's it. So the Lions, will they still hustle down? It looks so. That was definitely a foul. They won't call it, and that was a clean block. That was a very nice block. Let's show the replay on that. Absolutely beautiful block. As you see the pass from Nice. It looks so. That was definitely a foul. To go. We'll go right back. 3-pointer. That's good. Too little, too late. MTA tries to plant a comeback. Does not go. Wonderful basketball from Hillel. That's our game. 50-47. Contrary to our scoreboard, the MTA Lions losing a 4-point deficit, and that will be the game. Signing off, I'm Solly Truhaft. On behalf of the Lions Live crew, have a great day, and thank you for watching.